we'd have people who would jack off in the movies, but hey, we got to go get like an older person to go clean this up, or or like if someone peed all over the floor. Or
what was the
up.
most common bodily fluid?
The most common bodily fluid in a movie theater is probably vomit.
Okay,
thank God.
Thank God.
No.
I actually would never have even thought of jizz being being a movie theater fluid.
Yeah. Well, people will
theater fluid, but that's the name of the episode.
Theater fluid.
Movie theater
fluid.
Martin Marrow is a real guy. He's a real comedian, unlike me.
That's not true. You're a real comedian.
He has 1 million credits. I don't even know where to start. You have Comedy Central, you have Hulu, you have Laugh Factory, you have Comedy Store, you have HBO, you have Netflix. Is there anything you don't have?
A house.
That's big. Yeah, that's important.
Huh?
The medical show.
The medical show?
Or
but I don't own a house, and also was never on. We did play house in my biology class in high school, though.
This is Yenta, the podcast that's sometimes about comedy, sometimes about Judaism, and always about gossip.
Ooh,
I'm
spicy.
Antonia Lassar.
I'm Raye Schiller, and we have Martin Marrow on the pod.
Hello.
Wow, what do you think of that intro, Martin?
That was cool. I almost feel like I interrupted it.
No,
I was like, am I supposed to say stuff?
Oh, you have your own podcast too.
I do. Before the Bell podcast.
Before the Bell.
Yes, with CT and Jay Washington, and we talk about wrestling and wrestling things.
This is the question I'm most interested for, because I was looking at all of your wrestling work, and it seems amazing, and you have a huge following for this podcast. And we were like,
who would follow wrestling?
We don't understand wrestling, and so we were wondering if you could pitch us wrestling in a way that would appeal to like audience of people who are like mostly like queer, Jewish, artsy,
theater nerds
who don't yet understand why wrestling is so great.
Yeah, pitch it.
Here's how I would pitch it. Wrestling is the last great form of live theater. Okay, it is dramatic. It is stage combat. It is storytelling. It is characters that can come from real places, or there was a guy who was called the Repo Man back in the 90s, who was literally a guy with a little. He didn't. It's funny because he just wore like a little raccoon mask and like a shirt with tire tracks on it. But he was like he would repo stuff. He would reposition stuff. And from other wrestlers, so you get various characters.
Like he wouldn't beat them up. He'd be like, "I'm taking your mask back."
Basically, and then they would have to wrestle him to get their stuff back. So you know,
so silly.
Yeah. Bill Goldberg is one of the best wrestlers of all time.
Good Jew.
Goldberg.
Does he have a Jewish bit?
No, not really. No.
It's just his name.
Yeah, he just was like, "Who's next?" And now he has like a lot of trucks and stuff.
Didn't sell me on that.
No. Okay,
No.
right.
A lot of trucks and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
You started strong. Strong, and then you lost me.
Okay, well, yeah. I think I was trying to appeal to too broad of an audience.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, that's fair.
What did you think of the pitch? Are you in wrestling now?
Well, I forgot. I always forget that wrestling is fake, and so.
Well, it's not necessarily fake. It's just pre-planned because they still have to like go out there and wrestle and do it on such a consistent basis. I used to wrestle, so.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Did you wear this outfit?
I did not wear this outfit to wrestle in.
But it would look cool.
Yeah, but I tore my knees up. My back is like shitty.
Yeah, you could be Paisley Man.
I could be. There actually used to be a wrestler named Paisley, so it's possible.
And he painted everything in bright colors with trippy patterns.
Just really artsy.
Yeah.
Everything was him fighting off another wrestler because he just wanted to paint.
Yeah. Well, it was a she. Yeah.
That was so sexist of us.
It
I know.
was.
How dare you guys? How dare you?
But what you were saying about how it's not fake, but it is pre-planned. Like
Yeah.
it reminded me of stand-up, that like it's not, it is, a lot of it is rehearsed.
Right.
Like you say the same thing kind of a lot, but it's still a performance, and you still it could be different every night. And
Yeah.
so that, I feel like that won me over.
Yeah.
Is it similar to stand-up in that way?
You know, I would say so. I feel like a lot of wrestlers and stand-ups tend to become friends because there's so much crossover in the audience and the genre and the feeling of being there alone sometimes, or being there with another person, or just trying to kind of build up an audience and build up a rapport with people. Like, oh man, I like this guy because he has a cool entrance, or I like this guy because he has a great closer, or this joke resonates with me, or this promo is what they call it in wrestling. This promo resonated with me. So that sometimes is why people get into it. So I always say the best thing to do is just like, I put on a match for somebody and let them judge for themselves if they enjoy it or not.
This pitch is so interesting because I love anything that someone can get really nerdy about.
Yeah.
Like, that's really appealing, watching someone just be able to give me all that backstory. But I've watched wrestling.
Oh, well, do you remember what you watched?
Absolutely not. and it was just like, they're hitting each other. And I didn't get any story. I didn't get any theater. All I could think was like violence. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like think about backstory. I think I'd want to watch it with you and hear you say like the drama.
You can listen to his podcast.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone should listen to Before the Bell.
Yeah. And we actually have some people who comment like, I'm actually not a wrestling fan, but I enjoy listening to you guys dissect stuff or talk about things or just really get into it. Or we talk a lot about like the older stuff and a lot about like the, you know who The Rock is? Dwayne Johnson.
Do I know who The Rock is?
What if we said no?
Ray doesn't.
Pacifier?
There's like 3 out of 4 people Ray doesn't know. Like I feel like the pacifier was Vin Diesel. So.
Yep, and I knew that.
Yeah, well, then why'd you use the pacifier? The Rock has so many movies. How did you use that? You could have said Scorpion King. You could have said Doom. You could have said Jumanji 1
Rock
or 2.
The Rock is in Dune?
No.
Doom. Oh. No, they would not. Dave Bautista's in Dune though, and he was a wrestler.
He is? What is he in Dune?
He was not in the 84 one, but
in the new one.
The new one. He plays...
No one is talking about Dune and like, oh, we're talking about the 84 one.
Well, I don't know.
Okay.
He was... You remember the evil brothers, the bigger bald guy?
Sure, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a former world champion, Dave Bautista.
Did you see Dune 2?
I did. I liked it.
Well, it was perfect.
Yeah, it was really good.
On a scale of 1 to amazing.
How
was it?
I would say a 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm assuming 10 is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. I loved it.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I came. There's a funny story. When I was like 12, I was a big nerd. And
you a nerd? Well, that's so ironic because you told me I was a big nerd, so you were just seeing yourself in me.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought you were just making me.
You're little queer Jewish me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I see it.
Right?
Yeah.
I love wrestling.
Analyzing
wrestling.
But it was my other nerdy homie's like 13th birthday. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna like stay up and watch Dune." So he had like a VHS tape, and it was 12 of us watching just Dune in his attic or whatever. And I thought I was like, this is terrible. I fell asleep during it, and they were like trying to wake me up. And I was like, nah, man.
It's the 84 version.
Yeah, dude, it was trash.
It's trash.
So my girl was trying to get me. We wanted to watch Dune 2. And then I was like, I'll try to get through this first Dune. And then I enjoyed it, but like going to the theater to see Dune 2 was like an experience. I was like, this is amazing.
IMAX. I'm gonna see it again, I think.
Yeah.
Should we go?
Yeah, I'm down.
Should we bring our crew?
Let's bring all 14 members of our posse.
Yeah, totally.
The entourage.
You guys are always...
Yeah, It's my
You're always
entourage.
showing up with 14 people
Yeah.
everywhere. It's like the two of you, man.
We
I
went to
know
go
14
see-
people are going to be there
We
as
saw
well.
Adam
Saw
Sandler's
Adam Sandler.
special together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember
you
when
were
I
the one who
Yeah.
I'm putting
We
things
w-
together.
Yeah.
You also have, I just want to identify, a real dynamic going on. It feels like a little sibling competitiveness.
Get
that's
out of here.
happening
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Well, what are we competitive about?
I'm not sure. It just seems like there have been a couple moments of like sibling rivalry.
Well, I feel like
I feel like he wins.
Yeah. Well, I feel like
Yeah.
I big you up a lot though. I wouldn't
You
really
big me up.
big you up. Like
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
you know, I put you over. You know.
Totally.
When
Why you do that and then you also put me down at the same time,
What
but in
about-
a best way.
have I put you down?
When you're like, oh, when it was actually really good. My
Oh.
He read
Well,
my script.
I read your script. Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't believe it was good. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, because most scripts are,
Ouch.
especially for like a first time script writer, you know, they might be trash. But so yeah, I like to be
Actually,
caught
I
up.
think it was both at the same time.
What do you mean?
It was an insult and a compliment at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it was more complimentary because I did say it was good, but
Yeah.
I think the actually is probably what what made you feel like it was more insult.
And I'm not insulted by it at all, and I'm not dreaming about it every day.
Well, no, but it was a really good script. And I was like, dude, if I can have a hand in making sure this becomes a thing, then
Yeah.
I
I hope, man, dude, I really hope it does.
It should. It was
Where-
very good. If you all get the chance, sponsor Ray's script.
Netflix.
What?
Netflix.
You want you want it to be on Netflix?
I want it to be on Netflix, yeah.
All right.
See? Did you see that?
What?
Listeners, he just gave me a look like, dumbass.
How is no? I said I remember saying this would be good on Showtime. This would be good on HBO. You know, would you want people just to binge it?
Oh, so you're saying it's like too good for Netflix?
That's not what I'm saying. I feel like it's more of a serial
Antonia,
thing. where
can you help me out here? Am I crazy?
You should watch it on a weekly basis. But if you want people to just watch it in one sitting and be like, all right, that
You
was
know
fun.
what? I'll take HBO. I'll take Netflix. I'll take Showtime. I'll take Peacock.
Why'd you
Well-
say Peacock like that? Peacock's a great streaming service. They have what's the Craig? They have the Craig Robinson show. It's really good.
Oh, with the Australian girl?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Rel Battle.
That was great.
I watched the first season. I like teared up a couple times.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's really good.
Very
and I
underrated.
love that
Peacock?
Australian girl.
Yes.
You have Peacock?
Yeah.
What?
Nice.
I know.
Go
What a
Peacock
waste of
team.
money.
Go
Yeah.
Peacock team.
Can I use one of your
No shame.
subscriptions?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know my password. Otherwise, I'd say yes.
Okay.
we here at Yenta
Mm-hmm.
love goss.
All right.
That's what Yenta means in Yiddish.
Ooh.
Someone who gossips.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I was told it once a while ago.
Okay.
I-
So when I was like, "Do you want to come on my hit podcast, Yenta?" You were just like, "I don't know what that means."
well, I didn't say that. I just said yes.
Well, yeah, in your head.
Well, no, I mean, I don't ask the titles of stuff or, you know, people just tell me stuff and I say, yeah.
Okay.
And I do, and then I deal with whatever it means later. I feel like you tell me or I'd figure it out at some point. It's not, if you brought me on here, like, hey, we're going to be doing math problems. And I'd be like, okay, I probably should have done more research. But I listened to some episodes. So I was like, okay,
Oh.
I kind of get it.
Okay.
But you're not even like a gossiper.
Interesting.
Wow.
That you're really hurting my brand.
Oh, sorry.
No, you could. I agree actually, because my mom is always like, "I don't tell her anything. She's gonna Yenta about it," which means gossip.
No, yeah, you.
And
yeah. Are you
Wait,
gonna,
your mom says don't tell you anything because you're going to spread it?
She says you can't
That's
tell her
incredible.
anything. She has a podcast called Yenta, and I actually don't really gossip that much.
Yeah.
So Martin said it, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
Yeah, Mom.
You really
Okay,
told her.
sorry. Finish what you were saying, Antonia. I'm sorry.
Well, I said that to transition into my question, which is we want the goss.
Mm-hmm.
And we love career goss. We love comedy goss. We also love relationship goss.
No.
And you just casually dropped that you're in a relationship. So I have follow-up questions.
Okay.
Who are you in a relationship with? How long has it been going? How is it going? What is something you're working on, growing on? Something like that.
Oh, that's good. So her name is Maddie. She's a super talented editor. We started dating. We started talking like late July. Our first date was to go see Oppenheimer. I fell asleep 3 times during the movie because I saw a Barbie movie earlier that day. So when I showed up to the date, I was in all pink.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
That's very cute.
That's charming. I would love a date with someone that showed up in all pink.
Yeah.
But then a date that fell asleep in the movie.
That's not great.
That would lose me. So Maddie really liked you.
Well, we went to it was like a 10:30 showing of Oppenheimer.
And that was your first date?
Yes.
Wow.
We grabbed drinks beforehand at Yard House, and then we went to go see Oppenheimer. But it was like a late showing, and I'd been like going all day, so I was just kind of worn out by the end of it.
Say no more. I'm asleep at 10 o'clock every day.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not I'm in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
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 So you've
How'd
been
you
together
meet?
since July.
We met on Hinge.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Sponsor him.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep staying on Hinge because people keep saying that they meet their people on Hinge.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we did ayahuasca in October, and that we were like, we could be a fish. We could do the official thing.
The official thing is doing ayahuasca.
Yeah, well, I think there was a lot of
crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, that's nuts.
Ayahuasca made you want to be official, or because you were official, you did ayahuasca?
No, so I think that there was a lot of elements. So I hadn't been in a relationship in like 7 years. I was doing the kind of the bachelor thing, but I also was trying to do a lot of like growing and learning within myself. After like I've had bad breakups and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure I was fully the best version of myself before I entered another relationship, and that came with a lot of like understanding and patience and stuff, especially with entering a new relationship. So I think that ayahuasca, I invited her, hey, I'm gonna go do ayahuasca, would you like to come? And she was like, yeah, I'm down. So I think
wait, what date number was it?
So
Good question.
That's a crazy thing to do. I wouldn't do that with my best friend of like 20 years.
have you done it before?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do it?
I wouldn't do it with someone I know. Because it's such an internal, crazy experience.
Yeah.
That to do it with someone even that you know really well, like, I think is just like takes you out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But to do it with someone that you don't know really well.
So, I mean, at that point, we had been dating since, for real, like, we'd been dating, like I said, since late July.
And it was October, you said?
And it was October at this point.
October. Okay, so like 4 months.
Yeah, like 3-4 months.
But where was the trip? Oh, hi.
It was out here. It was in what was it called? Lake Hollywood. Yeah.
Give us set the scene for the ceremony.
So
I know the words.
Yeah, right. We pull up that afternoon, and we kind of talk. We were in a circle. I think it was like 21 of us or so, and we talk about what we kind of are expecting on the journey. He asked, what our shaman asked, how many other journeys have you guys been on? It was her first. It was my second.
Oh, wow.
I think other people have either been doing it for longer periods of time. There were a few other first timers, stuff like that. And for me, it was to be able to let go of the past so I can allow myself to invite the future, invite love. Because I think a lot of it as well was I put up a block in a lot of manners with relationships, with friendships, with even career-wise. I think I have this fear of failure, and a fear of failure becomes like a fear of trying. So I didn't want to enter a relationship because of the fear of like, well, what if it doesn't go right? Or what if I feel like I wasted this person's time, or my time is wasted, stuff like that. So I wanted to be able to let go of that block and be able to communicate my insecurities and fears, especially about like dating again and dating someone who is like, she's like 5 years younger than me, and we're different races and stuff too. So, and not I hadn't had an interracial relationship in a while, because I feel like there's so much that goes into that can be difficult, more so with outside forces of people like, well, you should do this and you shouldn't do that, so that was like another kind of element of it, and being able to shed that in that moment of, after we took our our journey, as we call it, as Ray knows. We took the journey.
This is like
our medicine.
The
our
Bachelor.
medicine, yeah, medicine, and yeah, it was very
Oh my God, I can't. I mean, it was one of the. I did it in Peru in November because I had a friend that lives there, and he's like really in. He's really in it, and it was one of the most insane things I've ever done. And I mean, it was overall really good, but I still am deeply changed by it.
Yeah.
And I do feel Aya calling to me occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
wow. That's like the spirit of the drug.
The spirit of Aya.
Wow.
And I don't know. After you, it's like now I feel like I should like do it again.
Right.
I should hit you up for where you found this. I feel like this is one of the little branches that are leading me to go do that again.
I think you should. It's especially, do you have
So
any
intense.
blocks in your life right now?
I saw so many blocks all the time.
Yeah. I'll tell you this: the first time I did it, which was May of last year, like I was thinking about quitting comedy. I was going to quit stand up.
Oh wow.
And that was like one of the questions I kind of asked Aya, as you call. And I remember having this one moment where like you almost become. Have you done ayahuasca before?
No.
So for me, I became very childlike, right? I just was like very timid. Like I just felt like a kid going to kindergarten for the first time. And there's this like giant bed, and these people were in there. Like, hey, is it okay if I just like lay down for a little bit? And they're like, yeah, you can come. And this lady who we had not spoken the whole night, we hadn't talked or anything, right? And I hadn't. So my dad passed away in 2010. I hadn't mentioned my dad at all to anyone. And she walks in and she sits on the bed and she's like, "Is it okay if I touch your forehead?" And I go, "Yeah, sure." So she starts chanting and says, "You're a descendant of a kingdom. You have to reclaim your kingdom." And then like touches my forehead, and I just like right here, the third eye, and I had this flood of, ancestors and dynasties and all these people. And then she goes, by the way, your dad is proud of you. And I just start bawling. Like I just start weeping so hard.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
it can be, but it was like a good, beautiful moment. It can be intense, but it was good.
I'm gonna cry. That's so beautiful.
And she was there, your girlfriend.
So she was there for the second one. That was my first time, but yeah.
And what happened the second time?
The second time I kind of opened up about a lot of my fears and insecurities in dating, and how my last relationship like was very crushing in a lot of ways, but my own faults in that and stuff like that, and she just was so understanding, and I think that's what kind of bonded us. And
yeah.
And
wait, were you were talking while you were on the trip?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I could not do that. I was so like in my own head. I can't even imagine like saying actual words out loud.
Yeah, no, I had to
be conscious enough to do that. That's wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a really good way to like
bond
forcibly bond with someone. That's it. You're done. She's your person.
Yeah. What is their relationship like now? How many months after that?
Yeah, so that was October 3rd. Where are we? We're in March now. It's good. I think that there's still elements of getting to know each other and figuring out like. So I do therapy on occasion, and she's never done therapy. So
what? Crazy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
A millennial who hasn't done therapy?
Yeah.
It's like, who are you, a boomer?
Yeah. So I'm right now, like that's been kind of a discussion of like,
good for you, dude.
Yeah. Like I want her to do that, and I feel like there's still some for both of us still like a lot of healing from past relationships and past experiences that and I think that's with any relationship that you bring so much of, oh, I didn't like this thing, and now I'm afraid this might happen again, or this was a thing that this guy did. I hope this guy doesn't do that, or this girl or this person or whatever. So you have those fears and insecurities in any relationship. And so we're trying to do better about just communicating that and talking through our feelings and stuff like that. So that's been kind of the big thing.
That's good shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great shit.
Yeah.
Martin, you're so deep.
Yeah. And that's how I ended up getting a cat too, because
You live together.
no. So she has a studio apartment and she's not allowed to have pets. And I have a dog, but she grew up with cats and really likes cats. And a friend of mine posted that this kitten that they went to a show. And there was this kitten that was just like, "Hey guys, I'm a stray cat. I love people though." It was like jumping in trunks. It was like, I'm doing
It's a
cat
ham.
stuff. Yeah, it's like a very sweet kitten. And
Like, I want stage time.
yeah, hey, give me 5. I got to type 5. Come on. So they posted like, "Hey, can someone find a home for this cat?" And I was like, you know what? This might help her a little bit because she's been having like a rough time lately. I'll take care of the cat. I'll have the cat at my house, and she's over there a lot. So I surprised her with the cat and stuff. So that's been.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she like cried happy tears, and I think she needed it in the moment.
That's so.
That's the best way to get someone a cat, to be like, I'm getting you a cat, but don't worry, it'll live with me. I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
I'll do all the work.
Yeah.
Should we transition to Matzah Minute?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Martin, this is a big deal.
Okay.
It's a
Antonia, pitch the game. Pitch the
groundbreaking
game. Segment.
Never been done before.
Oh boy.
It's called Matzah Minute. We're going to ask you short questions. They take about a minute. Also, timely, to the minute. See? You see how it's
What's going on
really
this
poetic.
minute in the world?
Yeah.
This is groundbreaking stuff. If you don't want to answer the question, you can eat a piece of matzah.
I have to go get the matzah.
Oh shit. Okay, Ray's going to get the matzah.
Okay. Salted matzah.
Have you had matzah?
It's like little. Maybe I feel like I have, but
yeah,
I can't.
they're like giant crackers that you have to eat on Passover because you can't eat bread.
Oh yes. But it's been a very long time.
I like how you say yes. Like, well, of course. Well, yes. Why else would you do that?
Well, I've had it in soup.
In a ball form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We love that.
I didn't know they did this.
It's very different,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Oh, like in a bad way?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The thing in soup is this turned into a squishy ball.
Okay.
This is the primary substance.
Oh wow.
And you're supposed to eat it just plain and dry.
Oh. See, I don't like the sound.
So-
I don't like the sound it makes.
Smell it.
Okay, it doesn't smell bad though.
Oh, I think it smells so bad.
It just
Okay.
smells like
Okay, so
bread.
here are some questions.
What's your Oscars hot take?
Oscar's hot take. Lily Gladstone should have won for best actress.
That's not a hot take.
It's not a hot take. Everyone thinks that.
has that take.
Oh, okay. Will Smith should not have been banned for 10 years.
Ooh,
That's a hot take.
That's a good take.
Why?
Because movies already glorify violence, and people have done way worse things at the Oscars and have said way worse things. And I don't think that the punishment for Will Smith, I mean, it was stupid of him, but I don't think the punishment would have been as harsh if he was a white person.
Yeah,
Fair.
Yep.
Makes sense. What I don't know anything about the Oscars. What are other shitty things people have done at the Oscars?
What was it? I forgot. Was it John? Who is that dude who used to be a cowboy and everything? Not Clint Eastwood, but the other guy.
John Wayne.
John Wayne, yeah. Like when Marlon Brando won an Oscar, he had a Native American woman accept the Oscar and talk about like issues like the plight of Native Americans, especially their depiction in Hollywood. And they said they had to hold John Wayne back from attacking her on stage. So that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Great.
worse.
Great
Yeah.
take.
Yeah.
What do you think about TikTok being banned? Do you think it should be banned?
Yes and no. I feel like there are better ways to do it. But I did watch a video recently where this woman's face was used on a dating app or as a promotion for a dating app because they basically just took her face and likeness from her TikTok. And so they, could have potentially ruined this woman's life. And, we don't know what else could be done. But that's probably on a lot of us for not reading the terms and services.
And can't they take it from every other thing that we post online as well?
Yeah.
They
but
could take my likeness from my Instagram
Yeah.
just as well as my TikTok.
Yeah,
Who's
probably.
they? Who did that?
You know who they are.
The government, the The people.
Capital T.
Ooh.
The
T government.
T government.
What did
Government.
you think of Shane Gillis? What did you think of Shane Gillis on SNL?
I enjoy. Oh, I didn't watch all of it. I think the best sketch got cut. That was the one with the Liberty Mutual emu. That one was hilarious to me. Also, I think everyone just had an expectation of what they wanted him to say in his monologue, and part of that is on us for building up an expectation for him to eviscerate SNL. And when he didn't, then I think people got disappointed. But he never said he was going to do that, really. So,
What do you think about him getting cut from SNL?
Ooh, that's tough. I understand why. I think that, again, SNL has such a weird history with a lot of things, so it's interesting they didn't either defend their initial decision or they didn't vet it enough, but also like I think he became a bigger star as a result of that happening.
Yeah.
So
He's like, thank you
yeah,
to
yeah.
SNL. And they're
Yeah.
like, you're welcome.
Yeah. So I think now people get too afraid of what could happen instead of like being able to kind of stand in defense of like what is happening and say, hey, you know, maybe this person messed up. We're gonna allow them the chance to apologize, redeem themselves, et cetera, et cetera. But
I think the whole thing was that he refused to apologize.
I thought he did, but he did apologize.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he refused to apologize.
He seems very remorseful.
When he went on Joe Rogan and talked about it,
Mhm.
he was like, I refuse to apologize. But he
No.
was also talking to Rogan.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
Rogan-
I don't listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
So
I love Joe Rogan.
Really?
Really?
Oh.
I got you guys. Good.
We all had a moment there. Like, oh, wow.
I mean, I do listen to him because, you know, it's important to stay attuned of what's going on in the comedy world, and he is like a huge part of it. So I'd be stupid to ignore that.
I feel like you send me clips of that show where Joe Rogan sometimes goes on and they like audition.
Oh, Kill Tony.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I never sent you a Kill Tony clip.
No, you did.
I
You were the one
did?
who told me about Kill Tony.
I learned about Kill Tony when I was doing stand up in Salt Lake City, Utah. They
wow.
love it there.
Of course.
But I did
Wow.
not know what it was before that.
You know,
You know Tony.
Well, I did an episode of Kill Tony had to be like 2020 or something, 2019, 2020, because my buddy, RFP, but Michael Lair, he used to be a regular on Kill Tony. He had ALS, and he got me on there, and it was like a fine experience. But
Did you do like a minute?
yeah, I did a minute, and then they talked to me a little bit afterwards. But it's so hard to do a minute of comedy. Like
Yeah.
I think that's more difficult than doing an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. The hour seems way harder. But did they just like roast you after?
No, because I've been doing it for so long, and it's so I knew kind of. I was like, okay, I'll just do this joke. And they seem to like me, but it was weird because like they didn't have anything to roast me about, so there wasn't. I didn't get that like cool experience or story. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll have you. You should come do this. And I was like, all right, cool. And I followed up, and I didn't really hear anything. So I was like, all right, well, that was my minute.
Did it boost your career at all?
No, I think a few people said they knew me. Like, oh yeah, I've heard of this guy, and that was kind of it. I think I may have got a few followers from it, but nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so boring to succeed.
Yeah. Is it though? I want to succeed
To
more.
an audience. To an
Yeah.
audience. That's
Yeah.
great
Like,
to do
On
it.
Kill Tony, where all they want to do is rip you apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do well,
They're bored.
you actually do badly.
Yeah. Because I've seen like
Because they're just coming for blood.
yeah. Well, but that's the beauty. I have this theory that 90% of comedy is bad because people aren't saying what they actually feel or believe. They're just saying what they think is funny or saying what they think is right instead of just being real. And we're missing that element of it now.
The Che Diaz effect.
The-
Do either
I
of
have
you know who
no
that
idea
is?
what you're talking
Oh my God. Sarah Ramirez plays Che Diaz, who's allegedly a stand-up comedian on the new Sex and the City reboot. They're non-binary. They have the world's worst stand-up comedy, but in this TV world, they're like the biggest stand-up comedian in New York City, and then Sarah Ramirez does the comedy, and it's awful. But in this world, everyone's like, that was incredible.
Wait, okay. So hold up. So in real life, they're bad at comedy, or you're saying they play a bad comedian? Like the jokes are bad.
This person in real life, Sarah Ramirez, is not a comedian.
Okay.
They're just an actor.
Got it.
Yeah. They play a stand-up comedian who in the fictional world is supposed to be the best stand-up comedian in New York.
Right.
But whoever wrote this part blew it because the comedy is so bad.
But that
it's exactly like what you're saying. It's just they're doing it's like a TED Talk. It's like a political rally. It's their like medium.com article. You know, they're just like, I believe. And the audience is like,
yeah.
Now we're wrapping up Matzah Minute. You didn't get to eat any matzah because you answered all the questions. Do you want to eat matzah anyway?
Well, give me a tough question or something.
A tough question.
Yeah.
ooh, this is a question that I feel like knowing you're going to want to answer. But what do you think is the weakest part of your comedy?
Oh, wow. I'm going to try this. I'll eat the matzah and answer the question at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Our audience loves chewing sounds.
Is that in the reviews?
Yeah.
Wow. More chewing. 5 stars. That's definitely somebody's fetish.
Yeah.
Like,
this episode had no chewing. Unfollow.
The weakest part of my stand-up, it tastes like a cracker.
It is. Yeah, it is a cracker.
An extra stale cracker.
I mean, are they stale?
They're old.
What do you mean they're old? How old are they?
Like maybe a year.
Am I going to die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have I become?
I put poison in here.
But you're eating them also. Oh.
This is a murder-suicide.
Weakest thing about my stand-up. So John Mulaney says this thing in his last special where he says likability is a trap. And I think that I try to be likable too much. And then when I want to say something that might be daring or might be out of character or out of context of the like, hey guys, we're all here to have fun, then it can be a strong left pivot. But I want to say stuff that I think is more truthful and honest and raw to me. And I'm also trying to like not do as much race material. So I wouldn't consider that weak. I think I have a lot, I'm a black guy from Alabama, so I'm going to have a lot of things to say about that. But I am working on focusing more on universal properties in terms of stand-up.
I mean, culturally, we love nothing more than people exploiting every identity they have.
Yeah.
Very specific ones.
Yeah, exactly. And so I understand both wanting to use that material because there's material there and also wanting to branch out.
But what do you think? I feel like the more specific you get, the more relatable it is what people tell me.
Both.
I don't think I like really was able to focus on being real on stage until I was able to talk about my dad dying and talk about like, cheating in relationships and what effect that had and going to like Sexaholics Anonymous and stuff like that. Like I think
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you go to that?
Not anymore, but I did for a while. Yeah.
Elizabeth Gilbert has talked. No, she's the one who wrote Eat, Pray, Love, right?
I have no idea.
Really? I thought you read.
I do read.
No.
I didn't read that.
That's
Martin.
All right.
She's got some juicy content about Sex and Love Anonymous.
SLAA, yeah, SLAA.
SLAA.
Yeah, so there's SLAA. That's like more so like a lot of women go to that one, and then SA is usually like, that sounds terrible. Sexaholics Anonymous it was like a lot of dudes, and then you'd see like 1 or 2 women occasionally.
Interesting. That juicy convo transitions well into
secrets. Yenta.
There you go.
Did you guys plan that out?
You crushed that.
Yay.
No, that was improv.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I know. Can you believe that?
Someone took some UCB classes.
yes, and
Watch out, groundlings.
Oh.
Don't cut us.
Oh wait, who wants to
You
go
know, 'cause
first
they
in a
cut-
secret? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you? Were you saying that you have one that transitions,
No,
or
I
you were
was
just saying in
that-
general we're
that
transitioning?
It feels like we're sharing secrets now.
Oh wait, I have one. I'll start.
Okay, great.
I'm going to a wedding later today.
Oh. Is this your wedding fit?
Nope.
No, okay.
Does this look like a wedding fit?
It could be.
It could be.
Maybe I'll wear it because I don't. No,
This
I'm
could be a wedding outfit.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Can I borrow that? Actually,
Well, I need it.
we could trade outfits.
How would I fit in your clothes?
I have really big sweatpants.
I'm not gonna wear what?
Okay. I'm going to a wedding later, and it is for a Jewish lesbian interracial marriage.
Oh.
And I dated one of them.
Oh.
It was like, I wouldn't say like serious at all. It was like maybe 2 months of dating, and as we were dating, that we were all like open relationship, poly energy. So as we were dating, they were also dating. The couple that's getting married.
Ooh.
Oh, you saw it really from the beginning.
I saw it like closer to the beginning.
How long ago was this? 6 months.
No, it was about a year ago, I would say.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And they're young too,
2
right?
years. 2 years actually.
2 years. Wow.
Because I met them at Purim of 2021. Have you heard of Purim?
No, it's not.
It's Jewish Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It's
I wanna
happening
You
celebrate
get
this.
fucked up and you wear costumes.
That just sounds like Halloween.
Yeah, but it's
Exactly.
Jewish.
Oh, okay.
And
When is like what day is that?
it's this Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
It's this Saturday.
It's a Saturday night
Yeah,
to Sunday.
Saturday night to Sunday.
Yeah.
But it changes. It's like, the calendar
The
changes
Jewish year,
every
yeah.
year.
13 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Really?
But not all the
Are
time.
you guys are fucking with me?
No, we're not. It's
I thought you actually knew that.
No. Is
That's
that
so
real?
funny. Well, it's like they don't have a leap day.
they have
Yeah.
a leap month.
They have a leap month.
No, they'd be like Sclanuary.
So you do know it.
Oh.
I knew someone
I
told
know,
you.
I know a little. Yeah.
He Googled it before he got here.
What is Sclanuary?
Jews extra month. What? I saw it up close, and there was some drama between the three of us
What was the drama?
when it was happening, because this, I really hope they don't listen. This is really Yenta.
They don't like you enough to
Yeah,
listen to this.
yeah. Oh, they also invited me to their wedding like a week ago
Yeah.
because I was a very last minute addition, which I don't care about.
That's a secret.
Yeah, no, and the little drama was that like basically me and the person I was dating were like we were like hot and heavy. I feel like I'm gonna like brush over those details because I would like to stay friends with them.
Understood.
And I am going to their wedding today.
But luckily, you're probably not going to drop this episode till after the wedding.
Exactly.
Right? So,
I timed it perfectly.
You know.
Is this the toast you're going to give at the wedding?
so things got really messy
I fucked your wife.
on some
Sucks
Tupac
for you.
shit. That's why I fucked your bitch. Like, whoa, Ray.
You're like, can everybody else in the polycule please stand up?
The whole.
Everybody, the whole room just stands up.
Do you think they're cute together?
Yes.
Okay, good. I mean, that's all that matters.
Yes.
They work. They work.
No,
well.
they're really cute. They have
Yeah.
a good vibe. They're really sweet, and I'm so happy for them.
You say that so convincingly.
No, I am really happy for them, and I'm going to like 4 weddings in a month, in like
Really?
2
So popular.
months.
I know.
It's really upsetting.
I don't have that many people who value me as a
No,
Yeah.
I'm
human.
again a last minute invite. Okay, someone else do a secret.
Okay,
now.
that was a good secret. Do you have one?
Yeah, but you probably want me to go last.
Oh,
Okay.
closer secret.
I love that. It's that good of a secret?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Great. Okay, here's my secret.
I killed a man. No, I'm joking.
And that's why I'm murdering you both. He's behind the poison matzah.
That was the first death act out on the pod.
That's an erect tongue for a dead person.
Isn't that what happens?
No, all dead people have giant tongues that stick out straight
you're right.
forward.
Yeah.
You're right. You learned that in engineering.
I die like an animated cat.
Exactly. Okay, here's my secret. Also wedding related.
Great.
Okay, so 2 of my really good friends are getting married, lesbians, and they just had their engagement party. And before we went, my husband Artem was like, we should bring them a thing. We should bring them a present. And he was like, oh, we should give them this. And we have a cutting board that we sort of just hang up on the wall. We don't use it. It's painted. It's like very Ukrainian. My husband's Ukrainian.
Nice.
So it's like, it's decorated with Ukrainian stuff. And he's like, I think we should give this to them. And I was like, great. Okay, cool. Let's give them the cutting board. Okay.
That you never use.
That we never use. We just display it. So I was like, sure, great idea.
But
they'll love it.
You're giving them a gift that that has just been hanging out on your wall.
Yeah.
For years?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. The best kind of gift.
The best kind of gift. Honestly, I'm sort of like that is a nice gift. It's like a thing from our life we're giving to you.
Sure.
Okay. But then the way Artem pitched the cutting board. So we get there, hug, mazel tov. Artem pulls out the cutting board and he's like, we got you a gift. Because in Ukrainian tradition, it's traditional to give an engaged couple a cutting board for their wedding, and it signifies building a home together and baking your first loaf of bread, which is a really big part of Ukrainian tradition. And so we wanted to be the ones to give you your first cutting board. And they were like, wow, that's so special. And I was losing my mind because this is all bullshit.
Oh, knew it.
That's so great.
Total lies.
Love him.
And Artem is just vamping on and on about the significance of the couple's first cutting board. And it's these 2 lesbians who love nothing more than valuing someone else's culture. And they're just like, this means so much.
That's amazing.
And then we just a couple days ago got a thank you note from them being like, thank you so much for coming to our engagement party. And the cutting board means so much to us. Thank you so much for including us in your culture.
And it's just like a cutting board from Target? Like what?
No, it's more like schlocky, like Ukrainian, curio. Okay. Like, it's probably in touristy shops in Ukraine.
Like his mom gave it.
Yeah, exactly. Either like, some relative brought it probably from the airport on some trip,
Go Artem.
Isn't that incredible?
That's so badass. Yeah. I have so much more respect for him now. Not that I have any little respect for him, but like that's so cool.
Yeah, you're like, way to tell lies about your culture.
Yeah.
The best thing about it, I think, is that it's such a convincing story.
It
makes perfect sense. Also, bread is a thing.
And also, if you doubted it for 1 second, you're problematic.
You're really problematic.
Yeah.
And we know that these are the kind of people, they're going to display the cutting board big. Yeah. They're going to tell everybody about this.
So
and there are going to be, it's the kind of lie that's like, even if you were Ukrainian, like, I think you'd hear it and just be like, oh, I guess that's a part of my culture I didn't know about. Really? We give cutting boards. That's so interesting.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Like, what if another Ukrainian person's like, well, we don't do that?
They would believe it. I think they believe it. And the reason why is because, like, when we got married, we both did all this research into Ukrainian traditions, and he was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know about any of this. Like they're all of these like old traditions, either from like the Ukrainian Orthodox Church or like Jewish or, you know, whatever, somewhere in the middle that sort of fallen off, sort of haven't. I mean, like if you told me that Jews traditionally give cutting boards, I'd be like, oh, sure. Yeah, that sounds like a thing we do.
And we do. It's called slanuary. That's what we do on slanuary.
That's what we do on
Yeah.
Thank you for enriching me in your culture. That's such a beautiful thing.
So that's my secret. Isn't that so
That's
great?
a really good one. That's kind of Artem's secret, but I love that you're outing him
Yeah.
as a liar.
I'm in on it now too.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
now
Martin.
So are our listeners.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about the
Hey,
murder.
make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button. Get out them cutting boards.
Yeah, for
5
the
stars.
Ukrainian war effort, you guys.
All right. So my secret, it's a little bit older, but I've never told anyone this. Okay.
Good.
Great.
So when I was a youth, when I was 16, 17, 18, I used to work at the movie theaters in my hometown of Trussville, Alabama. And I was an usher at the movie theaters. So the ushers were the guys who we didn't dance or sing or anything. But
boy.
I know, right? It's not the good
Yikes.
ones. But we had to like clean stuff and, you know, wipe down this and sweep the movie theaters afterwards and et cetera, et cetera. So my manager was this dude. Can we say first names here?
You can say whatever you
Literally
want.
whatever you want.
Okay. So my manager was a guy named Josh, and Josh was a dick. He was just really, and I think it was one of those things of being. He was like 2 years older, and he was put in a managerial position kind of early. So I think having that rush of power, especially at a younger age, and maybe not having that feeling of power in other dynamics of his life, made him kind of take it out on us a little bit because we were below him, and you know people aren't used to that.
Petty tyrant.
Exactly. So there was one day where I don't remember what he did, but he said something so snarky, and it pissed me off to a crazy extent. So I used to be very petty. I used to be very, very, very petty and very vengeful. That's something that I've like,
Like Larry David.
Yeah, well, probably worse, but yes.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's something I've like, you know, now I'm 35. I've worked on a lot of elements of that about myself. And again, I was 16 years old. So at the movie theaters, there's a rule that if you're under the age of 18, you can't clean up bodily fluid. So if someone we had, you know, we'd have people who would jack off in the movies, but hey, we got to go get like an older person to go clean this up, or
my God.
or like, you know, if someone, you know, peed all over the floor. Or
What was
threw
the
up.
most common bodily fluid?
The most common bodily fluid in a movie theater is probably vomit.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
Not
Yeah.
jizz.
No.
I actually would never have even thought of jizz being being a movie theater fluid.
Yeah. Well, people will
Theater fluid.
But
That's the name of the episode.
theater fluid.
Movie theater
Movie
fluids.
theater fluid.
Such a good thing.
But no, so like, I don't know if you guys remember when Chicken Little came out.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so typically at the end of a movie's run, people aren't going to see that movie anymore. So that's when couples would try to sneak in and fuck in the movie theater. So I remember like having to like, basically poke a couple with a stick. 'Cause this guy was going down on this girl in the middle of Chicken Little. I'm like, yo, man, you guys are the only people here, but
Feminist.
you can't do that. Yeah.
Love it.
So like that kind of thing you'd have to deal with, or people who are like sitting in the corner and trying to hook up, or you know, a weirdo doing his thing in a different corner. But they find different pockets of darkness, so they would do shit. So, but again, the people would have to clean it up. If you're 18 or older, you have to be on that type of duty. So I was 16, like, so I used to be very, very petty, right? Like I would get revenge, but I was like a silent assassin.
Oh.
Yeah. And I forgot what Josh did to piss me off. But again, he was very snarky and very like, you know, very rude. And he I think he said something or he did something, and I was like, all right, well, I kind of got to take a dump. So I went to the bathroom and I took a shit, like not just on the floor, but like I've tore that stall up with doo-doo. Like there was so much.
Oh my God.
I was like,
wait, so you had to have involved your hands in this. You had to
no.
reach in and
No.
smear?
No. So
shitting and then he just walked around as it was coming out like a little duck.
duck walking with shit in my butt. Yeah. No. No, I think I may have made like shitting mittens. You know what I mean? When you like get toilet.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
do
shit
any
mittens.
of us know?
They sell them at CVS. Shit bins.
Oh my God.
No, when you like let's say you have to fish something out of the toilet or whatever, you get toilet paper and you wrap it around your hands. Like if you drop a watch, right?
No way. I would go in raw and wash because
What's
No.
the toilet
toilet
paper
paper
gonna do?
what's
It's gonna
the toilet
get wet
paper gonna
right
do?
away.
Yeah, it's gonna get wet in a second.
Okay, yeah, but
But if you're moving around shit, I guess.
yeah, if you're
If you're exactly
different.
if you're moving around shit, then I completely
yeah,
understand.
and it wasn't. I didn't shit in the toilet, so I think that's
Where
the
did you
confusion-
shit?
Everywhere else.
But how? But I need logistics. So you squat down on the floor and shit into your hand?
No, not into my hand. That'd be insane. I just shit on the floor.
Oh. Oh yeah, that would be insane.
Whoa, you crazy. Shitting on the floor.
I'm not gonna catch it in my hands. What am I, a sicko? So anyways, I took this shit on the floor and on top of the toilet.
Oh, wait, details.
This is insane. So you shit. So where did the shit go when it fell out? It fell out onto the floor. It fell out onto the seat.
I on the seat and on the part. So you know, in public toilets and public stalls, they have this toilet seat. This is before automatic toilets. They have the handle.
Yes.
So like basically that
Sorry.
area.
Are you explaining toilet handle? This is before automatic. You might not be familiar with it. It's called a handle.
You Gen Zers with your new,
so
I can do
young.
all this, and you got to figure out where to shit. So yeah, just basically the part right behind the toilet seat area.
Yes.
Yeah. And so yeah, I just got it as many places as possible. I never touched it though, because that'd be
Because you had
disgusting.
the mittens.
I had the shit in mittens.
You had
yeah.
the shit and mittens. So then you took from the seat. Did you put it on the walls? The floor?
I think I did. Yeah, I think I like wrote "fuck you" in doo-doo or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That
So that
is
That
impossible.
just made it clearly aggressive.
Yeah, or psychotic.
Or
More
psychotic.
I think the goal was to make it look like it was not me who did it.
Right. It wasn't like Hart, Martin.
Yeah. It was like the beginning of a serial killer's journey. Like he's not gonna just leave clues. He's gonna be like, I just want people to know I'm out here killing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So then I went back to work, cleaned up, went back to work. I cleaned up, I wiped and stuff, and then I went back to work, and
That's good.
and I waited for another young person to find it. So Josh was the only person who was over 18.
Brilliant.
Yes.
So someone was like, "Hey, there's like shit everywhere in
And
the
it says,
like."
"Dear Josh, fuck you for making me clean the popcorn stand." Heart Anonymous.
And yeah, I just remember he had to go clean. He was like, "Who would do this? Why is this that?" He's because our other manager wasn't going to do it, so they made Josh do it, and that was my like petty revenge. And this is the first time I've told anyone that I did that.
Wow.
That's an incredible secret. I can't believe you've never told anybody.
Why
that.
would I? There's no one I could.
Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
Is it?
I wouldn't open up a first date and be like, "Oh, one time I took a shit all over a floor for petty revenge."
It would become a go-to story for me.
Oh yeah, you love a shit story.
I love a shit story. You've got to tell Maddie. I mean, this is going to
yeah.
bring you so much closer together.
Well, she listens to all the podcasts I do, so I'm sure she'll.
Oh,
she'll hear it that way.
okay. What do you want to tell Maddie?
She listens to all the podcasts.
Maddie,
you
we
do.
love
That's
you.
so nice.
Yeah.
We love you, Maddie.
We love you, Maddie. But yeah, that's
That was really good.
That was an amazing
What
secret.
does Josh do now? Maybe we should send this to Josh.
I know he might still work. Last time I checked, he was working at a different movie theaters.
Oh,
in a
sad.
different. He had like a family and stuff.
Still
Yeah.
at the movie theater.
Still
I think, like-
having stupid 16-year-olds fuck
Shit
with
all
him.
over.
Yeah, shit all over
Yeah.
his workplace.
Hopefully
Yeah.
he's less obnoxious
Arrogant.
now.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. I think life humbles you that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you remember what he did that pissed you off?
No, that's the sad part.
It was something.
It was something that in hindsight I'm like, oh, that's
It's probably nothing.
yeah.
It's probably like, can you just clean the bathroom?
But I'm
And
sure
you're
it
like,
was something.
clean this.
It had to be enough because I'm not just gonna like do that. It had to either be repeated offenses of upsetting me. Because again, I would be petty, but I wouldn't just jump to petty. Like I would try to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Sure, you were rational, vengeful, petty.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah. But like in hindsight, I'm like, I don't even know what he did for me to do that. So I know it couldn't have been that bad. Cause I'm good about retaining, the bad deeds people do to me, to keep, you got to keep track.
Right.
For-
You're bad at doing
gotta.
revenge because you can't even remember what they did.
Well,
No, you're good at doing revenge.
yeah.
It's just
But I feel like
whatever he did had to have been small because Martin's good at cataloging.
well,
right?
apparently not.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Like-
It wasn't big enough for me to remember now.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I know it had to be either big enough or habitual enough for me to
Got
do
it.
something to that extreme.
Wow, you're.
I want to know what else you're doing.
Was.
You were. Yes.
I'm a good, clean man. No doo-doo stories anymore.
Who else do you
You're
have
gonna leave and we're
vendettas
gonna be
against?
like,
Have a
the
great bidet."
bathroom is Ray.
A
Your
bidet.
bathroom is covered in poop.
Oh, is this because I called your outfit a clown outfit? No.
Hey, you mind if I use your bathroom real quick? Hey.
Wow. Okay. Amazing secrets. Amazing Goss. You're so great.
Yeah, you
I'm
are, Martin.
excited to give wrestling another shot.
Yeah, watch Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks from WrestleMania 30. What are we? 40 now? So it'd be like 37 or 38. I think that'll be the one to hook you.
Bianca Banks. No.
Bianca Belair
Bianca Belair.
versus Sasha Banks. Yes.
Okay.
It's recorded, so we can always.
Yeah.
look it
Internet.
back.
You've got it. Great. Well, what do you have to plug before we end this?
Yeah. Check out Before the Bell podcast. If you guys don't like wrestling, just give us a listen, and maybe we'll get you into it. Maybe we'll pitch you on a match to watch. If you're in Montana, I'm going to be at Last Best Comedy coming up in a few weeks. It'll be April 12th, and I'm in St. George, Utah this weekend, this Friday. So come check out some shows.
Amazing. Ray, what do you have to plug?
RaySchiller.com/shows. At Ray Schiller on all platforms.
Great
Newly-
name.
Yes.
Oh, I should have said I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and you don't have to follow me on X. I'm not going to use it anymore. At Martin M. Morrow, spelled like tomorrow.
Amazing. I'm Antonia Lestar at Antonia Lestar. Boston, April 24th. Headlining Laugh Boston. It's the third night of Passover, so you have nothing to do. Great. Stay horny.
Go to the Patreon to listen to more of Martin, where we're going to read your secrets. And they're good, you guys.
Great
They're
secrets.
good. They're going to be really, really
I'm
fun.
really excited about this.
Should we give it like a little tease?
Yeah, so
A tease?
that's
Yeah.
a great idea. So these are the secrets from our live shows in LA and Minneapolis
Ooh.
that we asked the audience to
Because
submit.
we submit, they submit live. They submit their secrets and then we read them live.
Nice.
But there's always more secrets that we don't get to get
This is
to.
a tease-crit. Like a tease secret. Okay, we'll work on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah.
That was cute.
I'll work on
Okay, these we actually did read.
Oh, these
Oh.
are the ones that we've read before.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta have
So
a
I have to
different
get a
bag.
new one. I know. Okay, Martin, you read this.
Okay. Oh boy. I once masturbated on a mountain.
Go to the Patreon to see how we react to that one.
Ooh, spicy.